Alright mga kapatid, ang Amerika ay nagsalita na sa pamamagitan ni Pete Hegseth. Ang US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reassured allies in the Indo-Pacific on Saturday that they will not be left alone o hindi tayo iiwan ng Amerika to face increasing military and economic pressure from China. No? Sabi nga rito mga kapatid sa title ng ating panonoorin mula rito sa Times of India, US gives a wake-up call to India, Taiwan, China, a real threat. Seeks to alter, full speech mga kapatid, panoorin nating full speech na to. At sabi rito, the threat China possess is real, no? Hegseth said while speaking at the Shangri-La Dialogue, a global security conference hosted by the International Institute for Security Studies, he said Washington will bolster its defenses overseas to counter what the Pentagon sees as rapidly developing threats by Beijing, particularly in its aggressive stance towards Taiwan mga tol. So dito lumalabas na talagang ang number one threat na tinitignan ng Amerika mga tol, itong talagang pag-usbong ng militar ng China. So panoorin natin ng buo itong mga sasabihin ni Pete Hegseth at bigyan natin ng reaksyon. Ito ba'y may kinalaman sa ating bansang Pilipinas mga tol? Huwag na natin patagalin pa, panoorin natin to.
China's behavior toward its neighbors and the world is a wake-up call.
Diba? Doon pa lang mga tol yung behavior ng China sa kanyang mga kapitbahay, kasama na tayo doon mga tol, yung mga pinapakita nila sa atin, ito'y isang wake-up call daw. Hoy, gising na kayo.
And an urgent one. China uses its vast and sophisticated cyber capabilities to steal technology and attack critical infrastructure in your countries and in the United States as well. These actions not only compromise our countries, but endanger the lives of our citizens.
Nako.
In the South,
kumbaga parang direkta na talaga rito ang inaatake ng Amerika ang China, no? Dito sa mga sinasabi ni Pete Hegseth.
Our countries, but endanger the lives of our citizens. In the South China Sea, China harasses its neighbors, many of which are here in the room today.
Yan, kasama na Pilipinas.
China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters.
Parang pinaparinggan nata tayo doon diba? China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters. Diba? Sa ating mismong teritoryo, sa ating mismong karagatan, mga tol, ini-intimidate tayo ng China.
The South China Sea, China harasses its neighbors, many of which are here in the room today. China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters.
In your own waters, sabing ganun.
We're also increasing security in the Western Hemisphere and taking back the Panama Canal from malign Chinese influence. It is key terrain, after all. China did not build that canal. We did. And we will not allow China to weaponize it or control it. Deterrence
so pati pala doon nakikialaman China, no?
Starts in our own backyard. But beyond our borders and beyond our neighborhood, we are reorienting toward deterring aggression by communist China. Let me begin by saying we do not seek conflict with communist China. We will not instigate nor seek to subjugate or humiliate. President Trump and the American people have an immense respect for the Chinese people and their civilization.
Okay, so don't get me wrong, parang ganun mga tol, no? Hindi nila gustong hiyain o gustong ipahiya itong China at nirerespeto daw nila Trump administration at ng Amerika ang China.
But we will not be pushed out of this critical region. And we will not let our allies and partners be subordinated and intimidated.
Pero hindi nila hahayaan yung kanilang mga allies, partners na takutin na lang mga tol o intimidate ng China, which is yun naman kasi talaga ang ginagawa ng China. Ginagamit ng China ang kanilang lakas, puwersa, diba? Yung muscle flexing nila para intimidate mga tol yung mga bansa na mga maliliit, yung kinakayan-kayanan na lang nila. Ito mga tol hindi imbento. Dahil kamakailan lang kitang-kita naman natin mismong sa territorial waters ng Pilipinas malapit sa Pag-asa Island mga tol, binangga tayo, winater cannon ng China Coast Guard. Tapos, pagkatapos nun mga tol, ang balita sa kanila, ang inilabas nilang press release doon, tayo ang bumangga sa kanila, which is napakalaking kasinungalingan dahil may video eh.
China seeks to become a hegemonic power in Asia, no doubt. It hopes to dominate and control too many parts of this vibrant and vital region. Through its massive military buildup and growing willingness to use military force to achieve its goals, including gray zone tactics and hybrid warfare.
Yan, katulad ng ginagawa nilang gray zone tactics mga kapatid. Diba? Yun yung isa sa mga paraan nila. Diba? Eto nga lang din nakaraan eh, kamakailan lang mga tol eh, nag-deploy sila ng 2 H-6 bomber doon sa may Paracel Island. Ito yung intimidation again, diba? Pinapakita nila yung puwersa nila.
China has demonstrated that it wants to fundamentally alter the region's status quo. We cannot look away, and we cannot ignore it. China's behavior toward its neighbors and the world is a wake-up call. And an urgent one. China uses its vast and sophisticated cyber capabilities to steal technology and attack critical infrastructure in your countries and in the United States as well.
Pag narinig ng China, talaga magagalit sila.
These actions not only compromise our countries, but endanger the lives of our citizens. In the South China Sea, China harasses its neighbors, many of which are here in the room today. China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters.
Correct. Totoo mga tol, hindi kasi nungalingan yun. Saksi tayong lahat dun. Yun ang lagi-lagi nating kinukontent mga tol. Yun ang lagi-lagi nating binibigyan ng reaction video. Panghahabol, pangre-radio challenge nila, pagpapakawala ng flare, diba? Pagkatutok ng laser, pangwa-water cannon, pagbangga, kahit na sa mga civilian mission lamang, kahit na doon sa mga mission ng BFAR na namimigay ng krudo, namimigay ng ayuda sa mga mangingisda, hinaharas nila mga tol. Sa mismong soberanya natin, katubigan natin.
China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters. Again, to be clear, any attempt by Communist China to conquer Taiwan by force would result in devastating consequences for the Indo-Pacific and the world. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. The threat China poses is real, and it could be imminent. We hope not, but it certainly could be. Facing these threats, we know that many countries are tempted by the idea of seeking both economic cooperation with China and defense cooperation with the United States. Now, that is a geographic necessity for many. But beware the leverage that the CCP seeks with that entanglement. Economic dependence on China only deepens their malign influence and complicates our defense decision space during times of tension. You see, here in the Indo-Pacific, our futures are bound together. The prosperity and security of the American people are linked to those of your people. We share your vision of peace and stability, of prosperity and security. And we are here to stay. And as a matter of fact, we are here this morning and somebody else isn't.
Ang ano talaga ang problema kasi talaga rito mga tol. Dito sa South China Sea, dito sa Indo-Pacific is kawalan ng respeto. Isa lang naman kasi talaga yung higanting bansa rito mga tol eh. Isa lang na higanting bansa which is China o CCP, yung kanilang gobyerno mga tol. Kawalan ng respeto ang pangunahing ugat o punot dulo ng mga tensyon, kaguluhan, escalation dito sa South China Sea. Wala nang iba. Kasi mga kapatid, bawat bansa dito sa South China Sea, diba? Bawat bansang nakapalibot dyan is merong kanya-kanyang exclusive economic zone. Yun na itinalaga ng UNCLOS 1982. Nakapirma dyan ng China at supposedly dapat galangin nila yan. Nakapirma sila dyan eh. Yang karagatan na yan na bahagi mo, economic zone mo yan, may karapatan kang mag-harvest ng mga yamang dagat dyan. Kung may langis dyan sa'yo, may karapatan kang kunin. Diba? May karapatan kang pagyamanin pa yung iyong bansa sa pamamagitan ng exclusive economic zone mo. Like for example na lang mga tol, dito sa Pilipinas, meron tayong West Philippine Sea, meron tayong kabilang bahagi din. Lahat yan mga kapatid ay exclusive economic zone natin. Dito sa may West Philippine Sea, napakayaman niya sa likas na yamang dagat tulad ng mga isda na dapat ay pinapakinabangan nating mga Pilipino. Dapat malayang nakakapangisda dyan yung ating mga kababayan na ibebenta sa atin mga tol. Diba? Dapat ay nakukuha natin o naha-harvest din natin yung mga langis, mga gas, mga natural gas na matatagpuan dito sa West Philippine Sea. Sad to say, hindi natin magawang mag-explore palalo kasi nga ay tinatakot tayo ng China at hinaharang tayo ng China dahil nga para sa kanila, ito'y nasasakop ng kanilang teritoryo. Doon pa nga lang sa mga isda, mga tol eh. 'Di ba? Ipinagtatabuyan na yung mga mangingisda natin, pinapalayo, tinataboy. Doon pa kaya pag-usapang langis na, 'di ba? Kasi nga kailangan din ng bansa nila dahil napakalaki ng populasyon nila eh. Pero mali eh. 'Di ba? Mali ang ginagawa nila dahil kawalan ng respeto 'yun. Hindi nila nire-respeto yung bansa natin na may karapatan din sa dagat na 'to at para sa kanila wala tayong ganun. Doon kayo, doon, layo kayo doon. Pero mo napakalapit ng mga lugar na kung saan nakatambay yung mga China Coast Guard, napakalapit na sa mga baybayin natin eh. Hindi sana magkakaroon ng mga ganong klaseng threat mga tol kung ang China o kung ang CCP is marunong sanang rumespeto. Kaso wala eh. Wala talaga.
I urge all of our allies and partners to seize this moment with us. Our defense spending must reflect the dangers and threats that we face today. Because deterrence doesn't come on the cheap. Just ask the American taxpayer. Time is of the essence. We must step up and move out with urgency.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to believe a little bit after some trips to Europe that I'm saying this, but thanks to President Trump, Asian allies should look to countries in Europe as a newfound example. NATO members are pledging to spend 5% of their GDP on defense, even Germany.
Ooh.
So it doesn't make sense for countries in Europe to do that while key allies in Asia spend less on defense.
Lalo na Pilipinas.
In the face of an even more formidable threat.
Diba? Lalo na Pilipinas, napakaliit talaga ng ginagastos lang natin para sa ating defense. Nakakaltasan pa yon mga tol.
Not to mention North Korea. We're equipping American warfighters with the most advanced capabilities so that we remain the strongest and most lethal fighting force in the world. President Trump is spending, for the first time ever, over $1 trillion next year to do this, a 13% increase in American defense spending. The Golden Dome for America, our new sixth-generation fighter, the F-47, our new stealth bomber, the B-21, new submarines, destroyers, hypersonics, drones, you name it, it's all part of it.
Grabe no, laki ng ginagastusin ng Amerika para sa ganong klaseng defense. Diba? Yung iba, 5% ng kanilang GDP yung ginagastos nila. Magkano ba yun sa Pilipinas mga tol? Pero dito, no, nakikita natin talaga, wake-up call. US gives a wake-up call to India, Taiwan, no? At sa iba pang mga bansa dito sa Southeast Asia, mga tol. China, a real threat. Again, hindi tayo naikipag-away, no? Sa China, hindi tayo galit sa mga Chinese. Ang problema natin yung CCP. Diba? Chinese Communist Party. Kasi sila yung namamalakad dyan, mga tol eh. Ang hinihingi ng Pilipinas is respeto. Sana respeto nila mga tol, yung teritoryo ng Pilipinas para walang gulo. Hindi naman talaga kasi kanila yun eh. Wala silang pagbabatayan dyan. Anyway mga kapatid, bilang mga Pilipino, ano masasabi mo dyan? Comment ka na lamang sa ibaba. Hanggang sa muli, ako nga pala si Shobaldi. Peace out.